Here, FEYI Daniel sentenced today at the Sexual Offences Court, Ikeja.
An Ikeja Sexual Offences and Domestic Violence Court has sentenced FEYI Daniels, founder of Irene Christian Ministry, to life imprisonment for raping a church member. Ramon Oshodi, the trial judge, on Friday found the cleric guilty of rape and sexual assault of a female worshipper. Daniel was arraigned by the Lagos State government over rape, attempted rape, and sexual assault of his church members. Bishop FEYI Daniels became a sensation during the build-up to the 2023 presidential election, where he gave a prophecy about the outcome of the election. FEYI Daniels has said that Peter Obi's vote will be stolen by Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
The presidential election will be peaceful. Don't be afraid. There will not be killings. Go out and vote. However, so because there is no money to buy vote, he will lose in the polls. But already there is a partnership with a man in the system that will cause the vote to be rigged. So suddenly I saw the numbers dropping. If you understand many things I've said over the years, you begin to understand them by these things I say. About 2 years ago, you remember I told you that the second shall become the first. Do you remember? And by that I refer to the highest apex seat of power in Nigeria. And I didn't tell you that it's going to be 5 years time or in another government. I said in this government. That was all the Lord told me, and that was all I said. Today's date is what? Shout it. 19th of 2023. All right. If you ask me a straight question on the road and just say, FEYI, who will be the next president of Nigeria, Buhari? My answer will shock you, but you will understand later, because the ways of the prophet is from the ways of man. If you ask me on the road, just walking on the road, and you did not ask me to explain anything, I said, sir, after Buhari, who is the next president of Nigeria? Do you know the name? I'll tell you. Yemi Osinbajo. I told you, I said my words will shock you. I know you are confused already. Believe me, it's my office. I say it again. Hear me carefully. If you ask me on the street, except there's always the will of man. But now, hear me carefully. Not the will of the people now. The will of the people has been sealed, as in looking into the sky. But if you ask me, I said, after Buhari, who is the next president? Who will sit on the seat called the throne of Nigeria in Europe? I will tell you the name is Yemi Osinbajo, except when the man says no. But mark my word, he will be offered. The presidential election will be peaceful. Don't be afraid. There will not be killings. Go out and vote. However, so because there is no money to buy vote, he will lose in the polls. But already there is a partnership with a man in the system that will cause the vote to be rigged. So suddenly I saw the numbers dropping, and I saw INEC announcing BAT as a winner. However, follow me. I even saw what he was wearing. He was announced winner, and we will see a video where we do like this. The video will trend. Because I've lived in the future. Follow me. He will be declared winner on falsehood. The Lord, I saw Peter will be crying. Red eye in tears, proper tears. I saw Atiku like this. I told Atiku 4 years ago, I told this team 4 years ago, that he will never become the president of Nigeria, and that's still within his stone. He will never. So there's nothing to bother. He should just go home and keep his money. But follow me carefully. A revolution is coming. A greater than NSAS is coming. People, the doors will be shut. You will not go to work. You will be in your houses. How will this revolution start? Hear me. How will the revolution start? Somehow the information will spill out that the election was rigged. Then the youth will get to the street. It won't just be Lagos. It will be almost every state of Nigeria. The youth will get to the street and they will start the protests. These protests will lead to a revolution. Hear me? Peter Obi will go to court. He will go to court. And the day for swearing him, Tinubu, will come. I saw white, I saw green. About to be sworn in that day. And everybody that I said is the next president will be rejoicing. They will say, yes, I told you. Prophet that don't see far, was I telling you, didn't I tell you Tinubu is the next president? And while at that event, it looks like a very open ground, like a stadium like center. I'm telling you what will happen. So while at that event, military men will come in and they will arrest Tinubu. I'm playing the movie before you, Abi. So that you will know that prophecy is not just calling people's name. Mark my words. I'm speaking from my office. I'm not speaking by a gift. He'll be arrested. And at that point, an interim government will rule Nigeria. The interim government that will rule Nigeria will not be military. It's not a coup. The military will partner with the interim government and they would ask who should be put on the throne. Buhari will say, I'm done. I'm for peace. And he will say, make Oshibajo the next.
On 18th March, 2 weeks after the conclusion of the presidential election and after Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been announced by INEC as a winner of the presidential election, the Lagos State Directorate of Public Prosecution, Ministry of Justice, ordered the arrest and arraignment of FEYI Daniel over the alleged rape of an assistant pastor of the church and another lady. FEYI Daniel, in a video he released in his church, has denied the allegation and said the government was after him because of the prophecy he gave during the presidential election. In May 2023, the cleric was remanded in court for allegedly raping a 25-year-old woman at his Lekki residence. The church member had told the court that the cleric had sex with her during a prayer section while speaking in tongues. In his judgment, the judge ruled that the prosecuting team was able to prove the first count charge of rape against the pastor. The judge agreed with the testimony and evidence presented by the first survivor, a former assistant pastor of the church, who said Daniels raped her in his Lekki residence in 2020. The first survivor, named with her, told the court that she had vaginal infection after the rape incident and the cleric asked her to take some medications. Screenshot of WhatsApp chats wherein the first survivor informed the cleric that she had injuries in her vagina and the cleric asked her to take medications were cited by the trial judge in his verdict. On the second count charge of rape, the judge dismissed the counts because the prosecutor failed to prove the alleged offense committed. The second survivor, who came to Lagos from Osogbo for a church program, told the court that the cleric raped her in his residence during a deliverance session. On the third count charge of attempted rape, the judge ruled that the elements of attempted rape were not proven by the prosecutor as there was no attempt to penetrate the survivor. The third survivor, who resided in the church premises in 2021, told the court that the cleric pressed and sucked her two breasts. On the fourth count charge of sexual assault, the judge found the cleric guilty of pressing and sucking the breasts of the third survivor in his Ikeja church. The trial judge held that the testimony of the cleric was inconsistent and that he is a liar. He said, "Your offenses are grievous. You sexually assaulted 2 women who were members of your church. You raped her ferociously," the judge said. "You committed this crime using your dominant character as a pastor." The judge sentenced Daniel to life imprisonment on the first count of rape and 3 years in prison on the third count of sexual assault. The judge ruled that the cleric is not guilty of the second count of rape and fourth count of attempted rape. The judge said the name of the cleric should be added to the Lagos State Sex Offenders Register.